Welcome back, everybody. Political Hot Seat, Thursday night. I'm here with County Commissioner Chairman Dan Schinhofen, who's running for re-election. We've been discussing about some things coming to Pahrump and that, and it really sounds like a bright future. But what we need to do is we need to get more people in there with the same ideas to create a bright future for Pahrump, Nevada. Children go to high school here, they graduate. I know one young lad got all A's and 1 C, and he's talking about going to college, and I say, well, after college, what are you going to do? And he says, well, he ain't coming back here. Well, because there's nothing here for him. I mean, he's not coming back here to work in a fast food place or something.
Well, and that's one of the reasons I'm running. My 3 children own homes here. My 4 grandchildren are growing up here. And when my grandchildren grow up, I don't want them to have to leave this county to find a job. And so that's why I've been working to get the science heard on Yucca Mountain to see if it's safe. If that is proven to be safe, that's going to bring us lots of jobs, a huge amount of jobs there. We have some solar fields that don't create a lot of jobs, but you know, I'm glad they're here and they're providing a tax base. But some of the other things that we have going, we have Front Side out there. We have a lot of things to bring people, to attract people. We have Great Basin College still. There's property up on the Fan that's supposed to be built by them. There's lots of things that can be done, and that's really why I'm running. I could go home and play with my fruit trees, my grandkids, and play some golf, but I've got the ability to do this job at this point in my life, and I'd like to do it for another 4 years.
Well, you know, what you're talking about really makes sense about the things coming in and doing. I just don't understand, for all the years that I've been here and all the commissioner meetings I went to and all the different names I was called and all the different things I said in that, is how come it seems like it's taken so long before we start getting people into the power to do something, to actually come forward with, what are we going to do about the future? What are we going to do about the children? You know,
yeah,
and it's,
yeah. You have to have a commissioner has to move something forward. To get it done. The staff does all the work. They get you all the information, but the commission directs staff on what to do. And working with Frank Carboni has been really good. Butch Baraski, Lorinda, she's really prepared. She's really good at representing her district, and each of us come from a little bit different background. Frank comes from aerospace. Butch was a dirt contractor for a number of years. I've come from an eclectic background. I was a landscape contractor, a minister. I've done lots of different things, but we have to direct and move forward. If I hadn't have moved forward with the medical marijuana issue, if I hadn't have pushed that, we wouldn't have been in place to meet the state's deadline. We may, and now we're in a place where we might get 3 cultivation facilities, which would be a few hundred jobs overall. And so each commissioner has pushed certain items, and those items need to be looking for jobs, and they need to be looking for infrastructure, and that's what will bring the jobs, is the infrastructure. Yeah, and that's really what I've worked on, and that's what I ran down in 06 and lost.
It's just like when people say that, there's nothing to do, there's nothing new. And I'm getting this from younger people. I'm talking about people in their 20s and people in their 30s and that. And then I go to a meeting and then somebody says, oh, this is just a retirement community. And I opened my mouth once again at that meeting.
Yeah.
And I said, well, when you tell me it's a retirement community, I tell you it's a dying community. Because if you don't have people at childbearing ages and you don't have people healthy enough to go out and work, you're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
And the thing is yes, I'm probably much older than most of those people, and yes, I am on retirement and everything. But the thing is I could look and see, what are we offering you, your children, your grandchildren?
Right.
What are we offering for them to come up? They have the opportunities that you had when you were younger?
No, we don't have the same thing.
Yeah.
So, and that's a good point. But there's a place for all of that here, really. People move here to retire. People move here because it's semi-rural still, and and some people move here just because the land was cheap at one time. But we can have all that. We have Mountain Falls in that subdivision that is really nice, and then we have places where I live at the end of town that are 1-acre lots, and my neighbors have horses, and other people. I mean, we have a great variety. Moving forward, though, it takes a long time to get government to do anything. That's the one thing that's frustrated me more than anything in the last 4 years, and why I want 4 more years, because I've got a lot of things started with infrastructure and flood control and working with the DOE that I'd like to carry through.
Well, that's what we need. We need to move forward.
And
we need to create something to keep people here. Like I said, I got children, I got great-grandchildren.
God bless
And
you.
the thing is what are we going to do to keep them here? And I don't blame them for leaving. I mean, you know, you can't get a job. You can't get a job if you can't get a decent enough job to raise a family on.
Yep.
Not everybody wants to run to the government and have the government take care of them.
Nope.
Some
That's
people
true.
have a little bit of pride to take care of themselves and work for it. And
Right.
And I know this. I probably sound way out of line, especially for this show, saying those type of things. But I just don't like the way things are going at the time. I want to see a brighter future.
Right.
I want to see the children have what I had when I was a kid. Anyway.
Yeah, and that,
you know.
and that America's been gone. But what we have been doing here is we have moved the ball forward. I mean, it's not great. We've got, but you know, it's good. We've got you know, a couple of other stores that have opened up. We need some other businesses, and I think our biggest bet for that is Yucca Mountain. The jobs, we lost 2,500 jobs when Harry Reid cut off the funding illegally. Then that's the court said that, not me. The court said that the Obama administration broke the law. So we get the funding for that back in place. They're spending $2 billion a year in a small area in Washington to put them in casks that'll only fit in Yucca Mountain.
Well, I like the way you said Harry Reid done it in, but Harry Reid's the one that fought to bring it here. So then
he fought to bring it here years ago, and now he's fought to defund it.
All right.
And it's all about being reelected for him.
I want to thank you, everybody, very much for watching Eye on Eye, and we will be back next Thursday night. And thank you, Dad,
Hey,
and good
thanks
luck
again.
on your campaigning.
Thank you.
And everyone have a great weekend.